Dear students, today we will be learning about the limit at infinity. Now let's learn the important terms and definitions in limit at infinity. If a variable x takes larger and larger values, we say that x tends to positive infinity, and we write an arrow in between x and infinity towards infinity, that is x tends to infinity. Similarly, if a variable x takes smaller and smaller values, it has to be negative. Then we say that x tends to minus infinity, and we write it as x tends to minus infinity means tends to that the arrow towards minus infinity. Now let's learn the definitions. Let a variable x takes larger and larger values. Here we consider the positive values for x. Then we say x tends to infinity. Then the function f of x tends to some real number L, that we know, that is when the variable tends to some value, then the function also will tend to some real number L. Then we say that L is the limit of f of x when x tends to infinity, and we write it as limit LIM x tends to infinity f of x is equal to L. Similarly, we write the left limit also, that is let a variable x take smaller and smaller, that is negative values, negative real values, and we write it as x tends to minus infinity. Then the function f of x tends to some real number L. Then we say that L is the limit of f of x when x tends to minus infinity, and we write it as limit x tends to minus infinity f of x is equal to L. Now let's see the limit of a function f of x is equal to 1 by x when x tends to infinity and 0. And first one, x assumes values larger and larger, say infinity means towards right, that is x tends to infinity. Then 1 by x assumes values nearer and nearer to 0, therefore we write limit x tends to infinity 1 by x is equal to 0. Second, x assumes values close to minus infinity, means takes smaller and smaller values, then it reaches to infinity, minus infinity. Then 1 by x assumes values nearer and nearer to 0, that is towards left. So limit x tends to minus infinity, 1 by x is equal to 0 again. Now x approaches to 0 from right, that is it approaches a particular value, that is 0 from right, then that means x takes positive values. Then 1 by x assumes values larger and larger, say infinity. So we write it as limit, that is the positive limit. From right means positive limit and negative limit, that is limit x tends to 0 plus f of x is equal to, or right hand limit, we can see that the right hand limit and left hand limit like this. So here the right hand limit x tends to 0 plus f of x is equal to limit x tends to 0 plus 1 by x tends to infinity. Here we don't write infinity, so we tends to infinity. Now x approaches to 0 from left means left limit, that is then we say 1 upon x assumes values nearer to minus infinity, that is limit x tends to 0 minus f of x is equal to limit x tends to 0 minus 1 by x tends to minus infinity. There is a method to find the limit of a rational function when x tends to infinity. That is, here a rational function means the function of the form f of x upon g of x, and when x tends to infinity, how we calculate the limit. And we know that f of x and g of x are polynomials. Here it is convenient to divide all the terms of f of x and g of x by the highest power of x in the denominator g of x. Means the highest power of x means maybe x raised to n form. So we will divide the numerator and denominator by that x raised to n, and it will become 1 by x terms in both numerator and denominator. Then we know that by applying x tends to infinity, 1 by x is equal to 0. So then we can calculate the limit easily. Now we apply the results for calculating the limit. Limit x tends to infinity, 1 by x is equal to 0. Similarly, limit x tends to infinity, 1 by x raised to n is also 0 only if n greater than 0. And limit x tends to infinity, 1 by modulus of x raised to n, that is x should be positive, means x can be negative or positive, but modulus of x is positive. Then modulus of x raised to n, which is equal to infinity if n greater than 0. Now limit x tends to infinity, 1 plus 1 by x the whole raised to x is equal to e. You have to learn this without any proof. We learn this result. Now limit x tends to infinity, k is equal to k only because there is no x in this term. So where k is a constant. So we have to learn these results for calculating the limits at infinity. Now we are solving the sums of exercise 7.7. Question number 1, second. Evaluate the limit x tends to infinity, x cube plus 3x plus 2 divided by x plus 4 into x minus 6 into x minus 3. Let us take the limit as L. L is the given limit. Now here we divide the numerator and denominator by x cube, because when you multiply these three brackets in the denominator, we will get the highest power of x as x cube. Then we divide both numerator and denominator by x cube. And in the numerator you can directly divide by x cube, and in the denominator we multiply each bracket by x. That is, there are three brackets, then one x is with the first bracket, then the second x and third x. 3x are multiplied. So x cube is equal to x into x into x. Now when you divide the numerator by x cube, you will get the first term, that is x cube upon x cube 1, and 3x upon x cube is 3 by x square, and 2 upon x cube is 2 upon x cube. 2 divided by x cube is the same. And the denominator will become x plus 4 upon x, x minus 4 upon x, x minus 6 upon x, and x minus 3 upon x. And again the denominator can be simplified by taking the denominator of each bracket for both the terms. Then the first term x upon x is 1 plus 4 upon x. Second bracket x upon x is 1 minus 6 upon x. Third bracket x upon x 1 minus 3 upon x. Now we can apply the limit for each term. And one more thing, we can separate this 1 by x raised to n form. That is, in the numerator it is 1 plus 3 by x square. So we can write it as 3 into 1 by x square and 2 into 1 by x cube. Same way denominator also. 4 into 1 by x, 6 into 1 by x, and 3 into 1 by x. Now we can apply the limit. Limit x tends to infinity, 1 is same. 1 is a constant. So constant, limit of constant is constant itself. And 3 into 3 is a constant. So 3 into limit of 1 by x square is 0. Because we have already learned the result that limit x tends to infinity, 1 by x raised to n is equal to 0 if n is positive. Here n is 2 in the first term, that is in the second term. So similarly the last term also 2 into 0. Denominator, first term only x is because 1, here also 1, and the third bracket also 1. So the constant and its limit is 1 itself. The second terms containing the reciprocal of x, so it will be 1 by x. So limit x tends to infinity, 1 by x is 0. So 1 plus 0 plus 0, denominator 1 plus 0 into 1 minus 0 into 1 minus 0. So answer is 1. One more thing, if the highest power of x exists in the numerator, then we divide the numerator and denominator by that only. Now question number 1, third one. Limit x tends to infinity 7x square plus 5x minus 3 upon 8x square minus 2x plus 7. Here the highest power exists both in the numerator and denominator are same. Now we divide both numerator and denominator by x square. Then the numerator will become 7 plus 5 upon x minus 3 upon x square, and denominator will become 8 minus 2 upon x plus 7 upon x square, and we apply the limit separately for each term. Then you can take the constant out and apply the limit. Here the first term containing only constant, that is without x, so we can write as it is. Second term can be written 5 into limit x tends to infinity 1 by x minus third term 3 into limit x tends to infinity 1 by x square. Similarly, the denominator can be written limit x tends to infinity 8 minus limit x tends to infinity 2 by x can be written as 2 into limit x tends to infinity 1 by x plus 7 into limit x tends to infinity 1 by x square. And we know limit x tends to infinity 1 by any positive power of x is equal to 0. So we applied the limit in the second and third terms of both numerator and denominator. In the first term containing only constant, therefore that value is the value of limit only. So 7 upon 8 is the value of this limit. Now there are more sums in this exercise which will be solved in the next video, and thank you.